Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Hold on a sec. Let me just close all this. Okay, let's start.
Sure.
Sorry being late though. 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries at all. No worries at all. Yeah, how you been? Tell me more about Sourcezon and how you've been growing it. I see you're growing the community quite well there.
Yeah, but like I'm focusing on two things right now, mainly.
Uh-huh.
It's community
Cool.
and the fundraising.
Nice.
Because we have a customers that are constantly sourcing, placing orders, or
Hmm.
publishing requests. So that part I'm not worried, and it's not my highest priority.
Okay.
Uh, we have a whole team that deals with developing further out with the software,
Hmm.
so it's more effortless, seamless to help both sides to find each other and exchange the information, ideas, POs, invoices. We're looking for a payment solution.
Okay.
I wanna find something that is purely fits our philosophy. Uh,
Sure.
yeah, but other than that, yeah, community and the fundraising is my two biggest thing right now. How you guys been?
Cool. Yeah, thanks for sharing that update. Yeah, we've been great. We've been really good. I feel like we're kind of in the same boat here. Focusing on fundraising, but not so much building community, more like closing pre-sales. So trying to prove to investors that there is traction, right? Since we're hard tech, deep tech, whatever you want to call it. So it's like I haven't been able to prove any traction until we had a demo, and so that our customers or potential customers could have more confidence in that, like, look, like, this is what we're building, we are capable, etc. And so
Awesome.
it's been really exciting because so far everyone I've talked to has contributed to into the pre-sale. Because well, for one, it's very affordable, is one way of putting it, at least the deal that I'm offering. But the other one is that I talked to folks like months ago, right, before we even had a demo working, and it's just like it's all about like really building these relationships with people so everybody's business can grow together.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like school in a way, where everyone would come together and study and support each other. So um, yeah, it's really cool. I really like the position we're in. So yeah, it's been super exciting. And everyone is just so supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it brings tears to my eyes. Really, like how supportive some people are. So it's been a great journey so far. Really, we're really opening the next chapter here, right?
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah, and
Awesome.
and
Very
something that I
excited
was
for you.
really excited to talk to you about is like so our ICP, our ideal customer profile, is typically SMBs who are like event agencies who are using Zoom for their customers. But obviously, with what we're ultimately what we're solving is just like bringing lots of people together online and making that as human as possible, creating these immersive experiences to help you get business done in a more human way, right? And
Mm-hmm.
there's so many different use cases, and I feel like it wouldn't be the smartest thing to just ignore other use cases. And so I'm only allowing just a few folks who are interested in integrating like Kickback into their own app. So there is another gentleman, his name's Vasu. He has a startup too, and it's called Let's Connect In. And essentially, his solution helps big companies do networking better, right? Connect people together internally. So he wants to use Kickback internally within his web application to foster those
Oh, pretty
connections, right?
cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Very happy for you, buddy. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, thank you. And so I'm dying of interest to hear what is your use case in integrating Kickback with Sourcezone.
Yeah, well, I'm recording our session so I can share with as many people as possible.
Sure.
So, yeah, just make sure you don't share something you don't want a public to hear. But
Okay.
other than that, the stage is yours. Go for it. Show it. There is a share
Okay.
button. Whatever you want to show, whatever you want to tell, I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm just listening, and at the end we will
Yeah.
see if we can help you. I'm sure we can. You know me. I told you from the day one. Uh,
Mhm.
whatever we can do, we will help you out. So go for it.
Okay.
Because
Sure.
the more you tell about your product, the more people
Hmm.
gonna know. And
Okay.
so let's hope that there are applications and use cases that you didn't think of. But my
Sure.
suggestion from get-go,
Hmm.
very strict focus based on
Yes.
what are you doing, right? But be
Right.
flexible because market is going
Hmm.
to tell you, hey, go this way, go that way. But
Right.
don't be naive, thinking if one person from the market tells you, oh, this is great, it's going to be
Hmm.
great. So
Right.
use your gut feeling. This is your baby. This is your product. You
Yes.
know better than anyone. Trust me.
Hmm.
So just stay focused, be leader, and we're
Okay.
here. We're here as a crowd to help you out.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
Go for
Okay.
it.
I'll go ahead and I want this to be, totally like a conversation too. So
Sure.
please feel free
For it.
to interject whenever
hmm
and ask questions. I just dropped a link to our staging environment, and so you can go there.
Oh, you want to move to another? Can you share the screen here? Can you go there and share screen here?
So I think so what we can do is we can stay on both calls at
hmm
the same time. So that's what we'll do. So if you're recording your screen, that way you can get your first person perspective. Because the only way to really showcase Kickback is by you jumping into it. There is we Audio is off in Kickback right now, so we'll stay on the call here in Sourcezon. Um, but oops, I fell off.
If you
So
share the screen, if you share the screen, you see that there is a button next to the red button and
yeah,
call button. So if you share whole screen, you can go anywhere you want, and then,
right.
or you want me to be there as well, because there
Yeah,
is
the point
okay,
is for us to be in
okay.
there. Because
Where did
yeah,
you drop the link here in the messaging?
yes.
Okay, let me find it. Okay, it says test sandbox. What do you want me to enter there?
Perfect. You'll enter your email there.
Okay, okay,
Excellent. And then it will ask you for permissions for camera and
yeah,
microphone.
okay.
You'll accept those. And then you'll need to refresh your browser. And then we'll wait a few seconds and you should be dropping in momentarily. There you are. Now you should be able to see me. Hello.
Hi.
Right. So now
Do you
we are
see
in this
me?
3D. Yes, I see you.
Okay.
And so basically if you hit the settings button, you'll be able to see yourself. And you click OK, then you'll be able to come back into the space. But the idea is to make when we meet each other in person, we never necessarily are looking at ourselves constantly, right? And so the point of not seeing yourself within Kickback is done on purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll show you how if you press and hold W, you can move
Do you
forward
see
on
me?
your keyboard. Yes, I see you.
You see me? Like
Hmm.
on your kickback?
Yes.
I turned the camera off. Strange.
Oh yeah, that doesn't work off right now. That doesn't work right now.
What about? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I see. No worries.
Yeah,
Go for it. Yeah.
yeah. So right now it's just kind of like an always on type of thing. Until you close the browser, then it all exits.
Sure.
Um,
Sure. No worries.
okay, so if you press W with your left hand on your keyboard, you'll be able
Mm-hmm.
to move forward. Nice. And then if you press Q, you can pan your camera.
That's
Nice.
pretty
There you
cool.
go.
Yeah.
Now you can go ahead and follow me this way.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is kind of like just like the main entrance. And so
Oh,
down
you made it
here
as a
is
computer game, eh?
We use a video game engine in order to render these environments,
What
but it's
about
not
the?
meant to be a
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I
it's not
see.
meant to be a video game. It's a communication tool. But gaming engines help us have these environments that are beautiful, and that can really, like, we can really ultimately build this environment to be anything you want, right? Like we can build huge conferences that are just absolutely beautiful, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so like the future of virtual events is not just like this 2D space. The future
Mm-hmm.
is journeys. Your people go through journeys, right? When you're trying to learn about a new company and like what they do, you will be going through like this cinematic journey that explains to you the ethos of the company, like why they exist, what they do. And then at the end of your journey, that's when you meet a representative from that company, right? So it's like there's
Mm-hmm.
all this
Mm-hmm.
preparation and this emotional connection to the company and its values that you can already start connecting with. So by the time that you get there, you understand like why I'm here and how we can benefit from a relationship together, right? And so by bringing video conferencing into these 3D spaces, we're completely redefining what it means to come together online, right? And that's just one aspect of it. The second one is what we're really focusing on is just making the whole interaction between human to human communication just more natural, right? And so right now you see me like in this rectangle, right? You see my background.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way it works right now is that we have all of your video stream coming from the client goes to the server, right? And then we have a remote server with the GPU there. And then the GPU accepts all these video streams and then renders the environment with us in it, right? And so that's how we're be able to achieve this realism, right? It's because none of the computing is happening on your computer. It's
Mm-hmm.
happening all in the cloud, right? And so this is just an MVP and this is just the beginning. The next iteration, what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be processing all of your video in real time. So we'll be able to remove your background in a super crisp manner without needing a green screen, but it'll look like you're using a green screen. Because what we have available to us is GPUs in the cloud to perform all of these enhancements to the communication medium that you're using. And so we'll be able to do increase the resolution of your camera, right? So people will think you actually have a camera that's capable of 1080p, even if you don't, right? We'll be able to increase the quality of your audio, even if you're using just a regular off the shelf
Mm-hmm.
microphone, right? And that's
Mm-hmm.
just the beginning. The next step is actually enabling nonverbal communication. And that's where we change your eyes in real time so that you can actually enable eye contact, right? So we
So
predict
how
where you're
how
looking.
the? Oh, okay, okay. I was thinking about this because I was listening to the conversation between Lex Friedman and Mark Zuckerberg, and they
Hmm.
they touched that. So because camera is on the top, I'm looking into
Yeah.
your eyes right now, but I have to look, and I thought they should come up with a camera right in the middle of the behind the screen. But then I thought it's too much hardware work. Why they don't just put the AI behind it, and they like once you look at it, they just extrapolate and you know th
Yes.
they do things on your behalf. But then I thought it could be a creepy because if I'm looking on the side right now,
Hmm.
and you turn my eyes like this, it's gonna be creepy. So a lot of work, but it doesn't mean that it shouldn't be done. Uh, like
Right.
the more we do, the more creepy things we find, the more solutions we find to make it less creepy. So go for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so just because you're looking away doesn't mean we'll force your eyes to the front. So basically what we do is so there's right now there's this idea of what's called frontalization. And that's like, all right, force everyone to shift their heads and eyes to the camera. But that's not what
Mm-hmm.
we're doing. What we're
Mm-hmm.
doing is the eyes change based on where your attention is. So if your
Mm-hmm.
eyes are off the screen, we no longer adjust them. But if you're looking to the right of the screen and you're looking at a particular person, right? Then that's when we adjust your eyes so that person perceives that you're looking at them, right?
How
And
you
then
gonna
everyone else around you.
how you
Yes.
gonna because what I noticed on every call you have your own position of the speakers, right? So you
Yeah.
may see like if there's a five or ten or four even. Um, so they can be placed differently on each user's display. So you have to know where the user placed figure out that he's looking at that person, right?
Well, well, yeah. In what you described right there is like more like the traditional sense where everything's in 2D, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what we're in Sourcezon right now is traditional 2D, right?
Yep.
But what we're in Kickback right now is 3D.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's in 3D, now we all occupy space within a
Okay.
3D
I see.
world,
I see. I see where you're going.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why 3D is necessary in order to enable those nonverbal communication. It's impossible to like change eyes and enable eye contact in a 2D grid.
So like I'm moving right now away from you. What do you see though?
I see you walking away, going up the
Do you
stairs.
do you see me like looking at you, or are you looking?
Oh, no, no, no. So there's no machine learning at all right now,
Oh, okay.
right? This is
Okay.
just all just this is just vanilla video being broadcasted straight
Okay. I see. I
into
see.
the
I
yeah,
see.
this is very much an MVP.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
I see. You might pivot or iterate later, right? It just you just don't know yet.
With respect to
I I think that there is something in it. Um, you just don't know yet. Uh, I don't know. I think you will end up being a product for a younger generation, way younger. Uh,
okay.
I just don't want to. You see, anything people tell you, one way or another, affects your thinking, and so I don't want to affect it, right? Like I don't want to do something that will change without you understanding. So I'll leave it to you, but I think you will end up in a year or two with an absolutely different approach market segment that is not existing yet, and you're gonna grow it. So huge potential
Okay.
here.
Interesting. There has been already a lot of interest within the virtual events industry, and so that's there is a lot of the pre-sales that we've closed so far have been already accepted by folks who are of the older generation. Um, so and there is a lot of there is some the people who are on the left side of the chasm, right, are actually really eager. We're already running an event, have an event planned May 20th with Ella, and she is an SMB and she has her own event agency. And so yeah, they I think they understand one of the biggest problems in the virtual event industry is networking, online networking, having lots of people come together, and it's something that's like a reoccurring theme that everyone constantly complains about that it's challenging to accomplish, and that nobody has really nailed it yet because well, because it requires connecting the dots across various technologies to get it right.
Okay, I see. I see. So I think that that's it for your MVP product right now, right? You just show where you're going, and you're talking about the GPUs, you're talking about the um, using a screen behind me without me having a screen. You're talking
Correct.
about the mobility within a virtual environment.
Hmm.
Pretty cool, pretty exciting. So, how we could work together uh, is I'm just not sure you're ready yet, but how we could work together is we are B2B marketplace, right? So
Hmm.
we want to create the Sourcezon, which is a combination of LinkedIn, Alibaba, and Shopify together, right? So, but you're not gonna, you will never ever place an order from the company, uh, not as a consumer, as a company from another company. Let's say, think about Tesla. Tesla um, says there is a huge price increase in lithium, and then there is a
Hmm.
someone comes and says, "Oh, I can supply you." Without building a trust with Tesla, Tesla is not going to place an order with you, right? So how are you going to
Hmm.
place an build a trust is by showing here's my facility, this is what we're doing, here's the processes, here's a and just a virtual reality might not help, but it's going to be great beginning, right? So, so let's say if you combine virtual reality with a 3D rendering of the real facility, right?
Hmm.
So, because if you take your computer and start walking through the facility where you're making new batteries or new chemicals or whatever you manufacture, there are a lot of noises and there is a lot of things. So if we can 3D render real facility,
Hmm.
right, and bring it to the virtual reality, right?
Sure.
Not so it's not like virtual reality someone built, hey, here's how a facility looks, but they build it in the graphics. But the real facility rendered into the 3D reality, virtual VR,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, and then you place these people together and they can walk like I walked behind you, they say,
Yeah.
hey, come over here, here's a plants, let's water together, right? So same way. And if we can combine, I'm talking about way beyond your MVP, but I'm just saying we're willing
Yeah.
to
No, I
take
love
that
it. I love it.
yeah, I'm willing to take a journey with you. um,
Okay.
so let's say if someone shows the facility and says, but how this happens, like an if that 3D reality gonna let them do something together with the owner of the business so they can understand how things made in that facility or in that um, manufacturing plant or wherever,
Yeah.
or like, so like I think that that is a huge potential with your company,
Sure.
right? Because I've seen other conferences where they take they cut and place you into, but you taking little bit further. You bring gamification, which is really important, and with the future ARs, right? So you can actually place the person right in the facility without, yeah. So it's pretty cool. So for us, is important that buyer can see where the plant is, what's the processes they use, how big is the plant, how things working. If you can place that into that 3D reality, that would that would be pretty cool. Or you see, thing is, Sourcezon is not only buying a supplier, because so for example, if you want to buy a shirt, you go to the store and look for a shirt. Sometimes you say, it's it's not cold, it's not chilly, but it's not hot yet. And your mom, your sister, your friend can say, "Hey, why don't you put the, I don't know, hoodie, right? A light hoodie that is not gonna heat you up, but it's same time gonna keep you warm, right?" So same thing happens in the business. If someone says, "You know what? There is a groundwater happening around my house, and it enters my house through the walls." So some chemists can say, hey, we have a solution, that coating solution that puts outer layer, outer side, external side of your wall. We can coat it with something that prevents water entering, right? Before that,
Hmm.
you didn't know there is such polymer exists, right? So people looking for solutions. And then
Hmm.
there is also, hey, how did you do that? Like two colleagues on the source on talking, and he says, hey, I used this and this and that technology to do this. Oh, really? Can you show me? Right? That's why we have a audio video call so they can, chat and exchange ideas. So if somehow virtual reality can help them show use cases of certain things, that would be awesome, right? So there are a
Hmm.
lot of potentials with you, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. And what's really cool is that with just a few photos of a facility, we can actually recreate the entire facility. Is there's new technology from NVIDIA AI
yeah,
research
yeah, yeah. I saw
that,
that. Yeah,
yeah, so
but it's a static, right? It's a static. It
it
has
is
to
it
be.
is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is
yeah. Go
static.
for it.
So if you would want something that's like live and moving, you would need cameras, right? But the cool thing is that what we're doing is like we're using that, we're stitching all of that together. Like the next step is really creating like things that exist in real life and moving them into 3D, right? So it's like being able to see things in different perspectives at will.
Hmm.
So I really find your use case is really interesting.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
see how that would bring value to your customers. That makes sense.
How much did you raise so far?
We've been bootstrapped so far.
Okay, bootstrap, like
Yeah.
you doing your own, or you already have a revenue?
So with the pre-sales, right? So I've been giving the demo and offering people pre-sales. Basically the deal I've been offering is like, look, um, it depends on who you are. Like it's like $50 and you can use it for a month, or $50 you can use if it's like light usage, light
Okay,
participants,
okay,
or
okay.
if you want to run like a big event, it's $50 for one event. But into the future, right? So doing pre-sales, and so far we've closed 9 pre-sales, just through showing the demo,
How
saying
much
like,
you
right now
trying
it's
to
limited.
raise? How much you try?
1
Sorry,
million.
interrupted you. You okay? When I'm gonna place this conversation of ours on a Sourcezon feed, um, do you want me to put something like, hey, if you're interested to invest, they are fundraising. Go ahead and reach out directly to Rocco. Would you like that?
Sure,
Or
yeah. That
okay,
would that would be fine. That's
yeah,
okay.
yeah, okay, great, great. Anything else you would like to learn, ask, share? What's your plan for the next 6 months? How big is
Yeah,
your
so
team?
the plan for the next 6 months is just to is optimization and scaling the number of users, and incorporating spatial audio and allowing people to carry out presentations within the 3D space. So that's really like the primary focus is just increasing the utility within the space so that people can really leverage it to the fullest.
You know what? There's a startup I invested as a very, very first angel investor when he just had the idea. I just believed in that guy, just like I believe in you. And
Thank you.
oh, but don't thank me, thank your parents and your biology, I guess. Yeah. Thing is, he started as a ad tech. You know those
Mhm.
taxi top advertisement, car
Yeah.
top advertisement. But he built AI behind and placed the camera so the advertisement shows to the correct audience. But I knew
Wow.
he's gonna iterate and pivot a little bit or iterate significantly. I just knew that
Sure.
that guy has a potential, right? He recently came up with a new backpack with
Okay.
a screen in the back. So they have people that are walking with those backpacks all over the world, right?
Mm.
With advertisement. So I'm thinking, how could you combine his business and your technology and make it interactive? I'm just
Hmm.
thinking, like, it sounds really weird and crazy, right?
Yeah.
But
No, I'm
just
following. I'm following.
just imagine there is a guy walking with a backpack in front of you, right? And they
Hmm.
figure out that you're a big fan of, I don't know, Maroon 5, I don't know, Pink Floyd, you name it, Justin Bieber. And suddenly Justin Bieber is there
Hmm.
talking to you. Because those backpacks also have a camera looking at the person behind that camera. That
Hmm.
would make so much fun. Randomly,
Yeah.
randomly, some some artists or some famous people that you're a big fan of suddenly appears on those backpacks and talking to you.
Hmm.
That would
Yeah,
be
that would be pretty cool.
like, I don't know, it's crazy. I think people right now would say, "Oh, what a stupid idea." But I'm thinking like two of you can actually do something together. I don't know. His name is Emin,
Okay.
Emin. I'll uh,
Okay.
I'll send you an image. I'll mention his name. You can send him a um, connect request, right?
Yeah, sure.
And the company is more more, right? And he just recently even signed Procter and Gamble as a client. He's growing
Cool.
like, oh yeah. You have a similar potential. Trust me, you'll be rock star. Trust me. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
I
So
appreciate that.
connect with him. Send him a connect request and get the audio video via Sourcezon as well. So share some ideas, brainstorm. Maybe there is something in it, right? There is something in
Okay.
it, and then maybe you can help each other, right? Maybe you
Yeah.
can you can integrate your solution into his platform so he can show his clients how it works. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'll leave it to you guys to discuss further. Yeah,
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. All the best, buddy. Very happy for you.
Yeah. I
How old are
appreciate it. I
you?
appreciate it.
How old are you?
I'm 28. 28.
I wish I was as smart as you are and 28.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's I appreciate the kind words.
All right. All the best, buddy.
Thank you.